geological knowledge. In the last video we were discussing about the classification of folds, and we have discussed about 3 lectures on the classification of fold, and today's lecture is based on the miscellaneous types of fold. Apart from the traditional folds, there are some miscellaneous types of fold, and today we will discuss these types of folds. Okay, so let's start our today's discussion. So today's discussion is based on the classification of folds and the some miscellaneous types of fold. So first one is, what is orogeny? Flat land building activity, river forming activity, rock breaking activity, or mountain building activity. So orogeny is basically the types of crustal movement, we can say, which result in the formation of mountain systems, and the process or the movements which develops in the meanwhile processes, they are known as the orogenic movements. And during this orogenic movement or the orogenic process, these movements, extensive folding and faulting of sedimentary strata takes place. Okay, so that is the original or the literal meaning of orogeny. And what is the process behind that, means how the orogeny takes place. If we talk about that thing, so the geosynclines serves as a depositional field to which the sediments are derived by the erosion of the adjoining geanticlines, and the sediments get accumulated and compacted. So this material is then compressed or uplifted in the second stage, okay, of the orogeny, which is the mountain building activity, to gradually take the shape of a mountain system. So that is the meaning of orogeny. So option D here, that the orogeny is the mountain building activity, is the right answer. Next one is the fold associated with the magmatic activity. What are the folds which are associated with the magmatic activity? Anticlinorium, synclinorium, diaperic fold, or the box fold. So we all know that diaperic folds are the anticlines or the domes in which uparcing of strata is attributed to the rising of viscous magma from the below. Okay, so that is the folds which are associated with the magmatic activity. Okay, so that is the C, diaperic folds is the right answer. A group of strata centrally uplifted, जो group of strata है which is centrally uplifted, what is that called? Dome, basin, cleavage, or the valley? So this is very important question. Okay, there are actually two terms, domes and basins. We will discuss both the questions. Even the next question is also related with the domes and basins. Next, the fourth one is related with the basins. So we will discuss it here about the domes and basins. So domes are the group of strata which are centrally uplifted in such a way that seen from the top, if we see from the top, it will look like that these dips away in all direction or the radial direction. So what is the basic concepts behind the formation of domes and basins? So what happens that during the process of tectonic activity or the compressional activity, when the strata have been subjected to folding in two directions at right angles, this is the condition for the formation of dome, that there must be folding in the two direction, especially at the right angles. Each anticline is converted into a dome and each syncline is converted into a basin. So this is very important, that how the domes and basins are formed. So during the tectonic activity, each anticline is converted into a dome and each syncline is converted into a basin. So these folds are about as wide as they are long. Thus, dome may be defined as an upfold where the beds dip radially outward in all the directions. In such a case, the strata are said to have the quaquaversal dip. ओके, इस सीक्वेंस में जो अपफोल्ड वेयर द बेड डिप्स रेडियली आउटवर्ड्स इन ऑल डायरेक्शंस फ्रॉम द सेंट्रल पॉइंट, such type of dip is known as quaquaversal dip. So quaquaversal dip is related to dome. And if we talk about basin, because the next question is also related about the basin, so let's discuss about the basins. So basin can be defined as a downfold. Dome is a upfold and the basin is a downfold where the beds dip radially inward towards the center. Okay, so let's come back to our question. A group of strata centrally uplifted, so that is dome. So domes are group of strata centrally uplifted in such a way that seen from the top they dips away in all directions. So that is dome. And fourth one, it's related to basins. Pick the incorrect statement about basins. So we have discussed about the basins. So basins are the reverse of the dome. That is right answer. They are a group of strata that are centrally depressed, group of strata that are centrally uplifted, involved layers dip towards a common central point from the all sides. So we all know that C point is wrong, because group of strata that are centrally uplifted, that is known as dome, not the basins. Okay, so here the option C is incorrect. Which among the following is considered as a compound anticline? Dome, valley, basin, or the depression? So domes are generally known as compound anticline. What happens in any two cross section drawn mutually at right angles to each other in a dome, folds of anticline characters will be seen to emerge. So as such, a dome may be considered as a compound anticline. We have discussed it in the discussion about the domes and basins. Sixth one is saying that which is the fold depicting localized warping. Okay, so we will discuss some miscellaneous type of folds apart from the traditional folds. So this question is related to miscellaneous type folds. Which is the fold depicting localized warping? Homocline, drag fold, dome, or the monocline? So monocline is described as essentially a localized warping, in which case otherwise horizontal strata show a single bend for a limited length and attain the horizontal attitude once again. So what happens, that a local warping is the horizontal in the horizontal strata is called the monocline. Warping means bending, or we can call generally twisting process. So warping is the horizontal in the warping in the horizontal strata is known as monocline. And what happens during the process? The rock beds lying at two levels are separated by a limb which show steep inclination. Okay, and what sometimes it happens that a monocline is formed by the vertical movement A fault is generally found below most monoclines. Okay, and the width of monoclines vary. They range from often several kilometers, up to several kilometers they range. So they are extensive folds, and it's generally found that a fault is generally found below the monoclines, most of the monoclines. So fold depicting localized warping is known as monocline. Seventh one is the fold which actually is just strata dipping in some directions. वो कौन सा फोल्ड है एक्चुअली इज जस्ट स्ट्रेटा डिपिंग इन सम डायरेक्शन. डोम, homocline, monocline, or the basin. So that is actually homocline. So a homocline actually describes a sequence of strata dipping in the same general direction at a uniform angle, especially when such structure is established to be a limb of a major fold. So if we talk about the process of homocline, so when beds dip uniformly with the same angle in the same direction for a distance of the order of kilometers, up to the kilometers or more, so such structures are known as homoclines. Okay, so here right answer is B, homocline. Eighth one is saying there is a statement written here, and you have to pick it out whether it's right or the wrong statement. All synclines and anticlines can be considered to be homocline. All anticlines as well as synclines can be considered to be homoclines, whether it's true or false. So actually it's true. An anticline or syncline of big magnitude or a wide magnitude with, for instance, will shape will each show two homocline, one on either side of the hinge. So that is known as, means all synclines and anticlines can be considered to be a homocline. So that is the true, means option B is correct. Next one is the folds which develop within body of weaker rocks. जो folds हैं which develops within the body of weaker rocks, what are they called? Viscous fold, internal fold, drag folds, or the monocline folds. So actually we have discussed it in the previous video about drag folds. So the folds which develop within the body of weaker rocks, they are known as drag folds. Let's repeat it again what we have discussed. The drag folds may be defined as minor folds developed within the body of incompetent or the weaker rocks, surrounded on both sides by layers of competent or the stronger rocks. And if we talk about the incompetent or the competent layers, so actually जो incompetent layers हैं or those which become mobile and flow plastically during the process of folding or the compressional activity. Such beds show variations in the thickness from place to place. They may vary in the thickness. And we talk about the examples. So a classic example of incompetent rock is shale. And when we talk about competent beds, so competent beds on other hand show a greater rigidity and their thickness remains unchanged during the process of folding. And if we talk about example, so classic example of competent rock is sandstone. Okay, so option C, drag folds, is right. Here again an statement is given here, drag folds or folds within the folds. So we have discussed that the incompetent folds within the competent folds, they are known as drag folds. So defined by the minor folds which develop within the body of weaker rocks with which might have already been folded. So hence it's possible to tell the drag folds are the folds within folds. So it's the given statement is true. 11th one is saying which fold is depicted by the figure below. A figure has been given here and you have to tell whether it's drag fold, homocline, monocline or the dome. So we have discussed that they are the monocline folds. The above figure can be observed to be a horizontal strata showing a single bend for a limited length and attain the horizontal attitude once again. So during the process of monocline folding, what happens that they are horizontal strata who shows a single bend for a limited length and then they attain the horizontal attitude once again. So this is nothing but the kind of monocline fold. So option C is monocline, right. And the 12th one is saying what would the two cross section drawn at mutually right angles or the perpendicular direction in a basin show? Anticline characters, synclinal characters, both characters or the drag folds. So it's basically synclinal characters. Unlike domes, two cross sections are drawn at mutually right angles direction is a basin, so clearly synclinal characters. We have discussed about domes and basins. So what happens in the process of basins? Two cross sections are drawn at mutually right angles in a basin, so clearly synclinal characters. Hence a basin may be called a compound syncline. So option B is right, synclinal character. So this was what discussion about the miscellaneous types of fold and the remaining classification of folds. So next video we will discuss about the mechanism, some questions related to mechanism of the folding. Okay, thank you.